Hi, and welcome to our 15-minute chair stretch class. First, we're going to start with our waiver. To rejoice and avoid injury, you should check with your doctor before beginning any fitness program. By performing any fitness exercise, you are performing them at your own risk. The town of Aurora will not be responsible or liable for any injury or harm you sustain as a result of participating in our online fitness or information shared on our website or social media channels. This includes emails, videos, and texts. My name's Lucy, and I'm going to run you through 15 minutes of total body stretches and mobility. So let's sit up nice and straight in our chairs. Feet are firmly planted on the floor. Relax your arms down to the side. Take a deep breath in for me. As you do, raise your shoulders up towards your ears. Roll them back. Breathe out and drop them down. Take a deep breath in. Shoulders come up. Breathe out and drop them down. Two more for me. Raise those shoulders up. Take a deep breath in and breathe out and drop them down. One more time. Take a deep breath in. Raise them up. A little higher and breathe out and drop them down. Good. This time we're going to float our arms nice and gently out to the side to wherever they feel comfortable going. Turn your palms towards the front of your room. Open up your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath in here. Spread your ribs in all directions. And breathe out. And again, take a deep breath in. Spread those ribs. And breathe out. And again, take a deep breath in. Spread those ribs. Hold it for a second. And breathe out. On this one, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, gather all the air into a big ball for me. Tuck your chin. Push your hands forward and your elbows out to the side. Round your back, making a nice tight tummy so that we can feel the muscles in your back stretching. And as you breathe in, open those arms again. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. Spread the ribs as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, round through your spine. Tuck your hips under. Push your elbows to the side and your hands forward. Feeling that nice stretch all the way down your back. As always, through all of these movements, there should be no pain. There should be nothing that feels uncomfortable. It should feel like a pleasant movement. Open up for me and relax those arms down to the side. Give those shoulders a little bit of a wiggle. Make sure they've come down from your ears. Good. With those feet nice and firmly planted, hands are nice and heavy. We're going to tip over to one side, reaching down towards the floor as though you're trying to pick up a cup of coffee from the side of your chair. As you do, feel this stretching, pushing the hip down into the chair so we stay stable, tightening the muscles in the inside, reaching towards the floor. Now use these muscles, pull yourself back up and reaching down to the other side. Reaching as far as feels comfortable, pushing the opposite hip in, feeling these muscles stretching and knees contracting and getting tighter. We're going to use these lengthened muscles now to pull you back up, and we're going to reach down to the other side, reaching. You may find that you go a little bit further. If you do, fantastic. If not, not a problem. Holding it there, keep reaching towards the floor, pull back up. And last one's here, reaching down to the other side, reaching. See if we can go a little bit further. Find where it feels like it needs a little bit more of a stretch in that side. Holding it for a second. And pulling back up. Good. Sitting with those feet nice and wide now. Hands are going to come onto your knees. We're going to slowly reach down towards the floor. Bringing your hands to the floor if you can, but as far as feels comfortable. And now slowly curling back up, we're going to reach up towards the ceiling. Again, as high as feels comfortable. And if one shoulder doesn't get up there, that's totally fine. Working with what you can do today, reaching down towards the floor, pushing those knees out wide, feeling a little bit of a stretch in those hips. And coming up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Try and reach that little bit higher. Good. And again, coming down towards the floor. Can you reach that little bit lower this time? Allow the muscles in your back to relax. And reaching up. Palms to the ceiling this time if we can. Get a big stretch all the way through your midsection. And one more time for me, bringing it down towards the floor. And up and stretch. Perfect. Good. And bringing those hands down. This time we're going to tuck those hands in. Again, nicely firmly planted in your chair, feet nice and wide, feet are on the floor. We're going to imagine that we're pushing a really heavy box across the table. We're going to push forward. Reach those hands forward, keep looking down at the floor, and then get that box and pull it back towards you, sitting up nice and straight. Pushing that box forward. As you do, push those knees out to the side a little bit, squeezing the muscles in your bum, and bring it back. As you can, see if we can reach that little bit forward, little bit further as everything wakes up. Good. And again, reaching, reaching, reaching. Perfect. And back in. Good. This time, hands are going to go on the knees. Feet again are nice and hip width apart and on the floor. And we're going to think about doing little circles to start with. Little circles with your upper body. Going round, keeping the hips in your chair as you go over the muscles in your bum. You're going to squash them down into that chair that little bit more. Almost feels like a massage. Nice big circles, and then slowly getting bigger as you can, sending the chest forward and back and forward and back and bringing it back to center. And we're going to go the other way. Reversing that movement, starting it a little bit smaller and then slowly as you can and as it feels like it wants to, making it a little bit bigger. One way may feel more comfortable and more natural than the other, so work as always with what you have today. Couple more for me. Nice and big. Good, last one. Perfect. Bringing it into center for me. Good. This time taking those hands, crossing them across your chest, sitting up nice and tall. Imagine you have a piece of string coming straight up through the top of your head. Take a deep breath in for me. And as you breathe out, slowly turn your body. Keeping your hips facing forward, feeling all the muscles through your middle, turning you to one side. Head's going to stay in line with your body. We're not going to turn too much through your neck today. Take a deep breath in and breathe out and see if we can go that little bit further. If you can, fantastic. If not, we're just going to hold it there and keep all those muscles around your middle nice and tight. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly come back to center. And again, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly rotate around to the other side, as far around as this side wants to go, and hold it there. Tighten all those muscles through your middle. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, see if we can go that little bit further. Holding it there. Tighten those muscles around your middle again. Holding that position for one more breath. And then on the next deep breath in, and breathe out and come back to center. Good. This time, we're going to scoot forward on your chair just a little bit. We're going to slide one foot out, tightening up through the muscles through the front of the leg, pulling your toes up towards your knees. From here, we're going to sit up as tall as you can. Imagine you're trying to sit up as out of the seat as you can. Again, imagine you're being pulled up by that piece of string through the top of your head, pulling your toes up towards your knees and feeling that stretch all the way up and through the back of your leg from the back of your heel, all the way up to the underside of your bottom. And from here, we're going to spread your toes apart a little bit. Try and pull your toes apart, and then we're going to place that foot down on the floor. Feeling now a little bit more stretch down through the front of the leg, and then drive the heel forward, pull those toes up. Sitting up nice and straight, feeling that stretch all the way up through the back of the leg. Open up those toes, place the foot down. One more time for me. Drive the heel away, pull those toes up, holding there, sitting up a little bit straighter for me. And relax the leg, but keep it where it is. We're going to take a deep breath in now. And as you breathe out, we're slowly going to fold down over that leg. Chest is coming down towards your other thigh. You can keep your hands on your knees. We can bring them down to the floor, or we can reach out towards your toe, whichever feels most comfortable for you. This is going to stretch a little bit more into that lower back, and we're going to feel it still all the way through the back of the leg. Holding it there for a second. As always, there should be no pain doing this. Don't feel you have to force yourself into any position. Holding it for one more breath. And then on the next deep breath in, bring your hands up to your bent knee and slowly, slowly as you breathe out, push yourself back up into a seated position. We're going to switch those legs over for me, taking the other leg out now, pulling those toes up towards you, sitting up nice and tall. Feeling again that stretch all the way up through the back of the leg, holding it there for a second. Now we're going to spread those toes apart and bring the foot down. Drive the heel away, spread the toes out, and bring the foot down. Drive the heel away, sitting up that little bit taller, spread those toes apart, and bring them down. Good. Bringing that foot back up, relax the leg. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly, slowly, slowly collapse down over the bent knee. Hands can stay on the knee, can come down to the floor, or reach towards your straight leg. Don't push down on your straight knee. It won't feel very nice. Holding it here. Take some nice deep breaths, relaxing down, letting the lower back relax. The upper back all the way through that straight leg. Good. One more breath here for me. And on the next breath, bring those hands up to your bent knee. And as you breathe out, slowly, slowly push yourself back up into seated. Good. Staying in the same position, we're going to take that first leg out. We're going to get a little bit of mobility now and up through this hip, moving right up from the top of your hip. You're going to pivot that whole leg out. And then we're going to pivot it back in. Think that all that movement is coming right up from the top of the hip here. The leg is straight and the foot's just along for the ride. As you go out, think about tightening all the muscles through the outside of the hip. As you pull in, think about all the muscles through the inside of the hip, pulling you in and then pulling you back out. Pulling you in and pulling you back out. Good. Two more for me. Pulling you in and back out. Last one. And in and back out. Good. Slide that foot in for me. Slide the other one out. Pulling those toes up towards your knees again, just a little bit. And then turning out, feeling all that movement up through the hip and turning in. Good. And again, turning out, feeling all those muscles pulling out through the outside of your hip. And then all of the muscles pulling in through the inner side of your hip. Good. Nice and slowly. Each time trying to go a little bit further and knowing that one side or one direction may feel a little easier than the other. Good. Two more on each side for me. And last ones. Good. And slide that foot in for me. Good. Sitting back nice and far in your chair. So as much of your leg is on the chair as possible. Sitting out of as straight as you can. We're going to tighten the muscle in the front of the leg. We're going to lift up, hold for a second, and back down. Tighten the muscle in the front of the leg, lift up, hold, and back down. To make this a little bit more challenging, pull those toes up towards your knees as you go up. And you're going to feel a stretch through the back of that leg, but also the front of the leg working. 2 more for me. And up and down. Last one. Squeeze these muscles. Good. Relax that leg and bring the other one up for me. Good. Tighten. Lift. Pull the toes up towards your knees if you can. And that will increase that stretch. Good. That's it. Tighten first. Big lift up. Good. And again. Perfect. And resting there for me. Good. Sitting forward on your chair now. Knees are nice and wide. Hands are going to be on your knees. We're going to slouch. Tuck your chin, slouch through your upper back, your mid back, your lower back. Tuck your hips under so you're as rounded as you can through your spine. And now we're going to slowly, slowly bring that chest forward over your knees, supported by your elbows, and then lift your chest up in front, feeling the muscles in your back working, and then push yourself back up to seated. Again, we're going to round through your upper back, mid back, tuck those hips, round the lower back, hold for a second, come forward, and lift up and back. One more time for me. Tuck your chin, round through your mid back, your lower back, holding for a second, bringing that chest forward and lift up. Perfect. Good. Relax the arms down to the side. Give those shoulders a nice big roll up and down. Forward, up, back and down. And forward, up, back and down. Last one for me. Forward, up, back and down. Give one arm a little bit of a shake. And give the other arm a little bit of a shake. And give those legs a little bit of a shake. And then we'll give a whole body shake. Take a deep breath in. Raise those arms up towards the ceiling. And breathe out and relax. Take a deep breath in. Raise them up towards the ceiling. And breathe out and relax. One more time. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. And thank you all for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.